They are so readily offended, insulted, or annoyed. Anything you may say will perhaps hurt their feelings. Schopenhauer's writings, outside of his main philosophical work, The World as Will and Representation, are full of psychological observations. One such observation concerns people who are easily offended. The sensitivity of these people arises from the fact that they are thoroughly subjective, as most people are. The word subjective has a specific meaning here. It means that these people regard everything through the lens of their own person and experience, and are unable to take an objective, that is to say, disinterested, viewpoint. Therefore, everything that appears before their mind's eye, everything they experience, is colored by their own personality. In another video, we discussed why intelligent people, according to Schopenhauer, have a hard time relating to the common man. The reason why is because the more intelligent a person is, the more of a bird's eye view of the universe he takes. The less subjective, the more objective view a person can take. Because the common man lacks the intelligence to assume the objective viewpoint, he is stuck viewing things subjectively. In other words, he cannot help but put his personality behind everything. In short, everything is personal. And when everything is personal, everything can offend. In a delightfully sarcastic passage, Schopenhauer writes, "Anything that disturbs their petty vanity in the most remote and indirect way, or reflects prejudicially upon their exceedingly precious selves, to that they are most tenderly sensitive." Another side effect of having this exceedingly subjective view is a certain kind of narcissism in conversation. Everything is always about them, and whenever you bring something up, they need to relate whatever you just said to themselves. They always think of their own case as soon as ever any remark is made, and their whole attention is engrossed and absorbed by the merest chance reference to anything which affects them personally, be it ever so remote, with the result that they have no power left of forming an objective view of things, should the conversation take that turn. This is another reason why small talk is always so, well, small. The subjective viewpoint precludes people from being able to discuss things that do not concern themselves immediately, such as philosophy, metaphysics, or other great abstract ideas. They are far removed from the realities of day-to-day life, and they assume these things are unimportant. You might see a parallel here with Nietzsche's concept of the last man. The last man also asks big, meaningful, deep questions, but then he just blinks. What is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is a star? So asks the last man and blinks. However, in an ironic twist, this lack of objective viewpoint does not necessarily lead to disinterest. The subjective commoner might be very interested in the universe and the movement of the stars and planets, for example. How can this be? By finding a way to make it about them. Astrology furnishes a magnificent proof of this miserable subjective tendency in men, which leads them to see everything only as bearing upon themselves, and to think of nothing that is not straightway made into a personal matter. The aim of astrology is to bring the motions of the celestial bodies into relation with the wretched ego, and to establish a connection between a comet in the sky and squabbles and rascalities on earth. But it's not all bad news, because people always find a reason to make everything about them, and they are drawn to whatever affects them personally. The cynical Schopenhauer remarks that it's really easy to win them over by flattery. Because their opinions are not formed by objective standards, but subjective ones, their opinion is easily influenced. If you want to defend yourself against this manipulation, the solution is to occupy your mind with things higher than yourself. In other words, to inject some objectivity into your life. The most straightforward way to do this is by studying philosophy or even reading literature or doing math. In general, the way to escape the subjective viewpoint is to train your mind to engage with big abstract ideas. The further those ideas are removed from day-to-day reality, the better. And the way to make yourself immune to flattery is to become so certain of your own abilities that neither flattery nor insult will faze you. Because both susceptibility to flattery and insult are rooted in insecurity. And you get rid of insecurity by developing your talents as much as you can, so you can have an objective appraisal of your own capabilities. When you reach that point, the opinion of others won't influence you. Do you think Schopenhauer's cynicism is warranted? Are most people really so self-absorbed as he claims? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you want more Schopenhauer, we have been covering a few of his psychological observations on this channel. Check out the videos to the right if you're interested, and please subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.